No, I was thinking one land Pokemon that might be faster than Dodrio is Electrode. I don't know. I wonder who has more, like, speed, in-game stat speed. But I'm pretty sure lore-wise, it's supposed to be Dodrio. Stat-wise, who knows? I think Vaporeon is my favorite EV evolution. I don't know why. He's just chill. And mystical. That's what it is. I like the mysticalness. But did you know this little known fact about Vaporeon? He has the 4th highest health in the whole game at 130, the base. And 3rd highest is Wigglytuff? Yeah, I think it's Wigglytuff. It's 140. And the 2nd highest. Who do you think it is? Who do you think's the 2nd beefiest Pokemon in all of Gen 1? In terms of hit points. It's pure raw body. I bet it's who you think number 1 is. You probably think number 1 is Snorlax. Number 2 is Snorlax. At 160 hit points. Now who's number 1? Come on, you can get this one. Who's the number 1 beefiest, raw, fat-bodied, hit point Pokemon in all Gen 1? I'll give you a hint. It's a girl. Chansey! Ooh, what is this? Herbitail. I've never heard of a Herbitail. It seems like they have renewal loot in this game when it's supposed to be Lighthalsen patch. I don't like that. Like the baby ants. That wasn't around with Lighthalsen. That wasn't even around with renewal. It would have to be later renewal. Because I was there for like new renewal. So let's see. Let's fly wing to the middle. Let's get to where I'm supposed to be leveling. But you know what's crazy though? Snorlax has the 2nd highest health in the game of Gen 1 at 160. But Chansey with the 1st highest health is at 250. So the gap between 1st and 2nd place is insane. But I like it. Because that's how a lot of things are in real life. When it comes to, like, feats of strength or just physical feats. Like, you've got a chart of everybody in the top scores, whatever. There's almost everybody on the chart, like, fits on the chart. But then there's that one person who their score is so ridiculous for some bizarre reason that they don't even fit on the chart. They're like, you've got to make a new chart twice the size just to get them on it. Like Michael Jordan's basketball stats are like that. And they're just freaks of nature, let's be honest. No, it's to get results that extreme, it has to be a combination of all variables, or at least several variables, having like dice rolled in extreme results, you know. Like, okay, he's not just like an extreme physical specimen, he's also had an extreme opportunities, extreme life, extreme experiences, extreme trauma, whatever, or all of that combined to result in a person who not only can do this, but would and would be driven more than almost everybody. Literally everybody. And also just happened to be in a situation where he had the opportunity to do it. Because you could imagine, like, there's so many people in the world that are, like, really good at something. They never find out what it is. They live their whole lives without having encountered just how good at it they were. It's hard to live a life without learning that you're good at it. But it's the extent to which you're good at it that most people don't learn. Like if your ancestors were these crazy runners, or crazy fast runners, you might notice that you're like good at running, probably in school. But it's very unlikely that you're gonna pursue that as like an Olympic goal or something. Even if you do very well with running, you've got to want to take it that far. That's the Kenyans who run, isn't it? And I think from what I remember, it's like a specific tribe in Kenya or something. Or their ancestors. It's not just all Kenyans. It's like, no, there's this really specific like subculture. And this is what they did. This is what their ancestors did. And they kept the tradition going. It's like that with everything. Tornadoes. There's one very relatively small stretch of land in the world that gets almost all the tornadoes in the world. It's like Southeast America. Reality is messy. Like a kukre after 2 swings of my sword. Kersplat! I like Dragonair better than Dragonite because she's mysterious too. It's just such a shame that she isn't the final form, or that the final form doesn't look like her. Because Dragonite looks pretty goofy, let's be honest. What an aesthetic disappointment after Dratini and Dragonair, you know? He's still the best dragon, though. So there's somebody vending 2-slotted two-handed swords for 250 to 60k. And I feel like that's reachable for me. I could get that money. And that'll be one worth putting more Eridicon into. Because I've only put 2 into this one. I like the sprite for two-handed sword. Because it's got the engravings on it. See? I don't know what it is. This is like rivulets or something. Actually, I think there's another sword that has actual engravings on it, like a lettering or something. Runic lettering. It might be the bastard sword, I don't know. It's one of the minor tragedies in this game. There's a lot of cool weapon sprites that you never get to see because they're on inferior weapons that tend to get skipped over. You know, I will say for this server, their custom changes, a lot of them are things that I always thought should have been that way to begin with. They put Axe Mastery on merchants. I thought, yes. I've always thought Axe Mastery should be on merchants. It should be a first class skill for merchants, not a second class skill. It's normally on alchemists. And then, I don't think blacksmiths even had it, if I remember right. I thought, this makes no sense. Axes and Axes should be like the merchant tree's staple weapon. So they should have that mastery as a merchant. And since merchants have it, that might explain the blacksmith nerfs that they did. Because if you're going to beef up blacksmiths like that, you might want to bring their other skills down a little. So it could still be a buff on the whole. There's only one way to know for sure. It's to turn Illyrio into a blacksmith. I was realizing though, my merchant Illyrio could have just been a swordie with the same name. Because in the books, Illyrio was a gladiator. That's how he earned his freedom. He was undefeatable. So it's, as I play this, it's hard not to think about what my next class is going to be. And what his name is going to be. That's a lot of the fun too. It's coming up with a name. To like define the fantasy of the character as you embark on it. I finally made it to Obiuns, over halfway into my awake. It's okay, I've got a second one. I want to do a class that I don't normally do. I normally do a thief. I almost never play this game without having some kind of thief class. Whether it's an assassin or rogue. And that's probably good practice. I mean, a thief is a really good thing to just have for hunting. Because of steel, he can hunt things that so fast that nobody else can really match him on certain things. Like herbs. If you want blue herbs, you just plant your thief down in Yggdrasil tree. Log in every 10 minutes or whatever. Get the blue herbs. But at the same time, I mean, it's really satisfying. And I love the class and all that. But I really do feel like I'm missing out by sticking to my staple go-to classes all the time. There's so many other classes, and I hardly ever play them. And some of them are actually like really powerful ones that everybody plays except me. Like Archer. But I do love playing it. I like being able to just hit anything on my screen anywhere it is, no matter where it is. That's such a cool feeling. And it's efficient. It removes pretty much all the walk time. So they're super good at hunting stuff. Just like their name says. But it's fun being a machine gun. It's got the appeal of a glass cannon. It's like, hey, I'm squishy, but I'm super fast. I dodge everything. And I do a buttload of damage extremely fast. And from far away, so the monsters mostly won't even get to hit you. So Hunter's one I'm floating. I mean, this will be after I get this guy too at night. Get his skills and all that, bowling bash. If I do it at all. Because another thing I'm thinking about is just resisting the urge to make ults. Sticking to this guy. You know, every point of experience I get on a different character is one that I'm subtracting from this one effectively. It's time that could have been spent on him. And it might be cool to just constrain myself to one character, one fantasy, one identity, and super hyper invest into it. Let all the points fall on the same guy. And that way, I won't be trying to diversify my gear either. No need for guards and shoes and mufflers. I can lean hard into boots, shields, and bucklers and mantos and all that. But there's a lot of other classes that can wear those things too. Acolytes can wear bucklers, and priests. And priests can wear bucklers too. Wait, what? And I gotta admit, Battle Echo's pretty cool. He doesn't have any damage tricks. Whatever his strength and his weapon do is what damage you're gonna do. But he does have blessing and agility. And heal. That's a pretty darn powerful trinity right there. But it's what he turns into that doesn't excite me much. But yeah, Battle Echo's cool, but then you have to be a priest or a monk. That's kind of lame. Monks are cool, but I don't know. Combo monk's just not my thing. Now, I haven't done it much. But just, yeah. When I did do it, I was like underwhelmed. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's got power. It just didn't feel satisfying to play. But they made a bunch of changes to Monk on this server. So it might be worth reading those. But hey, there's always a Battle Priest. That's the original monk right there. Before there were monks, there were battle priests. And after there were monks, there were battle priests. Just a lot fewer. But I had a lot of respect for battle priests. That's a difficult existence. You're not what anybody expects you to be. You're a disappointment to everyone. But they're darn good. Battle priests can wreck things. Especially undead and demon things. Think about it. They can Aspersio themselves. Yeah. And they get skills that passively increase their damage to undeads, I think. And defense. And of course they can buff themselves. And they're good with maces. Give him a slotted stunner. He's gonna rule the world. I don't know if priests can use awakening potions. I think so. I'm pretty sure they can. That's pretty good. Not as good as Berserk, but better than concentration. You're gonna have darn good attack speed. Dagi up. I don't think I'll do Battle Priest. But I might, man. The more I think about it, it's something I've literally never done. But it would also be popular in like a party. Because it's not a support, but it would be more fun than a support. And still bring a lot of the benefits of being a support. Namely the buffs. And some emergency healing if needed. So it would be pretty cool for like a 2 or 3 man party of killers. Where you're like kind of this hybrid killer healer role. Really just killer buffer is mostly it. This server's not big enough really to consistently get big parties, but it is big enough to consistently get small parties. I'm kind of looking forward to those. Just 2 or 3 people at a time. I always kind of preferred those anyway. I'm the same way in real life. Give me people 1 or 2 at a time, please. Let's see, what other class would be cool? I've done enough Crusaders in my life. I don't need to do another one right away. Maybe next go around. I haven't done much GC Crusader, but I've done enough of it that I don't feel like I need to do it again. It's good, it's cool, it's strong, and I like it. But I gotta admit, I do feel extremely limited on it. Like, really, the only way I can kill things is to Grand Cross it? What if it's like a pouring? It's a bad example, I could just poke it, but... What if it's like just one monster? You gotta GC it. It feels so clunky. But, I don't know, the clunkiness is part of its appeal, too. Because at least when I played a GC Satyr, I had this feeling like I'm less of a... Well, let me think about it. I don't even know how to put it into words. As a GC Satyr, I felt like I was making my character, myself, like the centerpiece to a monster-killing machine. Or it's like, I'm not a person anymore. I'm gonna make myself. I'm bait, and the monsters are gonna come to kill me. And when they do, I'm gonna kill all of them all at once. In a cool way, the Crusader playstyle makes you really feel like a Crusader, where you're sort of giving yourself over to this greater cause. You're not like interacting directly with the monsters. It's very like, I'm just gonna stand here and pray to God or whatever. You're gonna all die around me. It's amazing. It's such a cool design. I think that's one of the marks of a great design. When the playstyle actually makes you feel like the fantasy of what nominally you are. Knight has that too a bit. They all have that. That's why this game is great. What's the Knight feeling though? I've never thought about that. I think it's valiance. Like as a Knight, you just feel really secure in your physical abilities and all that. Like you're beefy, you're quick, you're strong, you're accurate. You're just generally good at all the combat things. All the physical combat things. And that's a lot of the appeal of Knight to me. It's just the ability to go almost anywhere in the game and not have to be afraid of the monsters. At least not too afraid, but like just to know that if I wanted to, I could spam pots and kill anything. That's not how it is as like a mage class, wizard or sage or whatever. You can't just turn man mode on and like go smash your face against it, you know. They're too squishy for that. You gotta find some way to finesse them into their death. If you can't, then you can't kill it. Ever. Now, there's not a lot of things a mage can't kill ever. And the reason is because there's so many cool ways to finesse monsters to their death. So that's a testament to the mage designs, mage class designs, I think. I'll tell you one thing they did to wizards on this server that's interesting, is they buffed Frost Nova. It hits almost the whole screen. And it heals your ice walls. You heard me right. It heals your ice walls. What in the world? Probably doesn't matter much, but kinda neat. What else is there? Merchant, swordsman, mage, archer, thief, hunter, bard, dancer, rogue, assassin, knight, crusader, priest, monk, wizard, sage. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting one? Super novice. I'll never play a super novice. They're just dumb. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. They're dumb, okay? They're dumb. They're funny. I like seeing other people play them. That's funny. But I want something that's going to be on par with the other classes at the end of it, you know. Super Nobbies can do some really powerful things in the end, but they're never on par with like a Lord Knight or a High Wizard in any way, shape, or form. Normally when I play mage classes, I go Sage. So it might be cool to get a wizard this time. And just be like a slightly unique kind of wizard. Something different. And do water ball. I'm gonna level up! Die, mermaid! Angel! Cool! More strength. 47 now. I feel it. I'm hitting more 200s than I was. See? They do the sweat 2 emote when they get tired. But they don't stop, not even for an instant. They just overwrite their tiredness and keep going. I mean, that's going to be awesome when I'm a knight and mobbing. But right now it's kind of like, dang, I wish they didn't do that. Get tired so I can fight you one at a time. Hey, I'm level 60. The big 6-0. Very nice. Why do I never consider Bard? They're good at hunting things. Because they can regen SP. So their style of hunting is like, spend all your SP on double strafe, then go sit down, regen it, and do it again. They're better at that than Hunter. Because they get a bigger SP pool, so they can last longer before they run out. And they regen faster. Higher max SP. Regens faster. I mean, more SP per ticks is what it is. Oh yeah! That's what I was forgetting. The expanded classes. Soul Linker, Taekwon Master. What else? Gunslinger. Yeah, I was thinking about a Soul Linker. I've never really done that. You know, I've never ever done that. Only a support linker. But a caster linker could be cool. Especially on this server where there's not going to be any PvP or WoW really. Because I don't think Soul Linker's damage stuff works on anything but monsters. If I remember right. And, you know, disclaimer. Half of the things I say about this game are probably wrong. Disclaimer, everything I say is wrong. Malfunction. Computation malfunction. That's right, it means everything I say is right. Because when I said everything I say is wrong, that was wrong. Yeah, I'd like to find a fin helmet or a shield. Mostly the helmet. I'll probably stick to bucklers. I don't see myself using shields. Except maybe for, like, some raw HP or something. Thief Bug Egg card. Nah, even that should be in a card, because it's kind of a newbie shield. Thief Bug Egg card shield is what you use when you don't have the right shield. It's your general purpose shield. Well, that's what I used. I don't know what you used. Probably something with plus defense would be good in a general purpose shield. Because the health really doesn't mitigate damage. It just makes it easier to not get one shot. Yeah, okay. So like a caster Soul Linker is kind of interesting to me. Might do that. Now, I'll say this about gunslingers. They're cool, but I don't want to play one. Because They just don't belong in this game to me. There, I said it. Gunslingers don't belong in Ragnarok. Why not? Too much gun, too much gun. A little bit of gun was okay. Antique firelocks, blunderbusses, sure fine. And the reason is because this is supposed to be a medieval setting. But you know, now as I'm saying it, I sound really stupid to myself because we have biolabs, bro. They're cloning people. We got Einbrock, the Industrial Revolution. Of course there's guns. So I don't really have a real complaint against gunslingers. But they're a physical ranged attacker. And if I want that, I'm going straight to Hunter. Every time. Because I prefer the medieval stuff to the modern stuff. It's about flavor. Taekwondo Master interests me a little bit. Because I did play one before. For a good amount of time, actually. And they're cool, man. Like, I know they're still doing combos, just like combo monks. But the kicking and not even having a weapon, but still doing great damage. And just being able to endow yourself. It was just cool. I liked it. Would play again. The only thing is, they basically rebuilt the class from the ground up on this server. So whatever it is now, it's not going to be the same. That's what I remember. Though it could still be good. Maybe even better. But it's a gamble. I don't like that. I think Battle Priest is in the lead right now. And I was not expecting that. The more I think about it, the cooler it seems. Because he'll be able to use my knight's bucklers. I won't have to totally remake my gear just to have him. I'll even consider a second knight. No joke. Because everybody who gets to Lord Knight suddenly realizes they want a second knight. If they hadn't already. Like, there's already enough reason to make a second knight as a knight. There's the bowling bash brandish divide. There's the Agivit divide. There's the swords or spears divide. And those tend to correlate. You tend to get more agi on knights that use swords. And more vit on knights that use spears. So that's still alive and well in Lord Knight. But there's even more. Because as a Lord Knight, now you're talking about things like Spiral Pierce, like brand new ways of killing things that are completely different than the way you killed things so far. Well, not completely, but greatly. Well, that's it. That's the last awake. As a Lord Knight, I'm going to be way more of it than Agi. And I might even just switch to spears instead of swords, but we'll see. And so if I make a second knight, I don't know, he might be pure Agi. I'm glad they don't have day-night cycles on this server, though. I never cared for that. Especially when they change the monsters or drops or mechanics based on whether it's day or night. What an annoying, a needlessly annoying mechanic. Give me 3 awakes. Put the meat on me. 200 empty bottles. Wow, go. Where's the Nightman? Are you him? Oh no, you must have been hurt. Are you okay? You must have fought hard to get such serious injuries. Being a swordsman must come with a lot of responsibility and sacrifice. It sure does. Finally, someone who understands. For these swordsmen and knights, there is a wonderful skill. I present to you HP recovery while moving. Body moving is a splendid skill that allows you to regain strength, HP, while you are moving. It is currently under development, so it may not recover that much, but it will help a little. What do you think? Would you like to learn this skill? What a nice skill! I want to learn it. Very well, I will tell you what you need to learn this skill. First, your job level must be higher than 35. Check. You will also need 200 empty bottles. Check. Why? Because it is proof that you fought fiercely to have used that many potions. That isn't how you get bottles. But okay. In lore logic, it makes sense. This is also proof. Also, the armor you used in battle. This is also proof of an experienced fighter. For the armor, your armor is perfect. Bring your armor. Last but not least, bring me one moth wing. You need that too? Not really. I don't really need it. It's just that my niece has gotten a bug hunting as a holiday task during the summer vacation. Of course, it would be much easier for me to get it myself, but I must work here all the time, so I don't exactly have the time to go out and get it. Don't you think it is pitiful that I have to stay in one place every day, not being able to go outside? Please, find me one. Sniff, sniff. If you don't, you won't get anything. Mwahahaha. The speed at which he went from crying to villain laughing is terrifying. So it used to be you needed a padded armor, but he said my armor's fine. Panty. So yeah, I got all the things. Let's do the thing. Welcome back. Are you ready to learn body moving? Yes. Let's see. Okay, I shall now teach you the body moving skill. There you go, try it yourself. But don't overdo it. Oh yeah, I won't be needing your armor, so you can keep it. Good luck now. That was easy. I would have done that ages ago if I knew it was that easy. Just 200 bottles and one mothwing. That's gonna help. Now I want this one. Let's see, I need to make you choose for that one. So long, Night and Day Thomas. Nain. Her name is Nain. I think this is the place for the juice quests. Mark Hansen. Marks Hansen. Much less cool. Welcome, how may I help you? Before humans were able to develop such vast societies, they gathered fruit from trees to survive. Fruits may have been nature's blessing that allowed us to exist in the world. Since life became so prosperous, the younger generation seems not to eat fruit anymore. So, I started thinking of ways to make fruit easier to eat. I realized that when you make fruit juice, it's more convenient to eat and has a much better taste. Yeah? But aren't you gonna teach me? Oh, I've got to talk to the guy in Pront first. That's right. Okay. Well, let's just tell you to Pront. Bum 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 bottom bum bum. Hey, there is a costume tab. So if I do like the look of a hat, I could make a costume of it, potentially. This does look pretty neat. Through the alleyway, to the PvP room. That's an inn. What are you? An old man. He doesn't look old. All information. Without a war, there's no rush to be anywhere. Take it easy. Stop and smell the roses. What in the heck? Some like anti-woe propaganda. Alright, let's see. Morrison, you're the little brat. Arg, no! No, don't make me eat it. I can't bear to taste fruits. Talk. Once or twice is enough. I refuse to eat any more fruits. You have to peel them and there's so much juice that it makes you feel icky. And they're all slippery and sour. Even if I eat it, I still feel hungry. Give me meat. Marianne. Morrison! Please eat some fruits, please. Sigh, like father, like son. Sigh, this is Morrison, my one and only son. But these days, he just won't eat fruits. His face is so dull because he refuses to eat healthy. He just wants to eat meat. I need to find a way to feed him fruits or vegetables. Show the meat. Ooh, meat! Hungry. The scent of meat. Excuse me. Can I please have one? Don't give meat. Wah! Fine, I get it now. Adults are all the same. Haha, he thinks I'm an adult. I'm clearly a teenager, Swordsman. I'll be an adult when I'm a knight. Whew! Still, he won't eat anything unless it's meat. But maybe he will eat fruit if it was cut so that it was easy to eat. Like, if it was blended into juice. Come to think of it, I heard they were making fruit juice somewhere. Now where was it? Payon Village. Or Morok? There it is, that was what I needed. Now Marx is gonna let me make juice. I do believe. Bum bum bum. What's in the pet guy? All there ever was. Settings? There's an NPC named Settings. Sleeping is underrated. I agree. Drop light settings. Info about drop chances. Or what is this? Oh, I see. When something drops, there's like this light from heaven coming down on it. Like in Diablo 3. To show you that it's there so you don't miss it. I'm gonna leave it, I don't care. But yeah, I should mess with that settings guy more. I think I need to go to Sunken Ship to buy fire arrows. I need 10 of them. For this fatal blow skill. Portals! What an amazing kitchen. Oh my gosh, let's start a cooking show in here. Look at this. Welcome, did you come to process fruits as well? Make juice. What kind of fruit juice would you like to make? Banana juice. Oh no. 1 banana, 1 empty potion bottle, and 3 zenny. It can't just be an empty bottle. It has to be an empty potion bottle. Lame. I know what to do. I'm pretty sure you get those in Geffen. I'll get it for the merchie. Tool dealer. Empty potion bottle. Okay, give me... I don't want these sitting in my storage. Let's get 2. Stalker! That's a cool stalker outfit. Oh, I can't see the back of it though. Lazy. Lazy artists. One time I was hanging out at South Pront. Back in the days when people hung out at South Pront. I mean, like outside on the grass. We were all just sitting in a circle chatting, and this stalker lady walked up. She sat down, and then there was like a noob following behind her. And he said, "Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am?" She said, "Yeah?" And he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, may I please ask you what your class is?" She said, "Stalker." And he said, "Sorry," and ran away. One of the funnier things I've seen on this game. He thought she was calling him a stalker because he was following her. I have 6 fire arrows, but I need 4 more. But that won't be a problem for a while. Because really, I need 5 royal jellies, and that's going to take forever to get. Curse you! Make juice. Banana juice. Come again. There we go. Let's see, and I think I'll even give one to the kid to finish the quest. I don't want no loose ends. There's no way I'm gonna remember my quest progress. Oh, let me see if those 2-handed swords are still here. There's a +8. That's way out of my league. Yeah, see? 250k, 2-handed sword. That'd be pretty sweet. It's got 2 slots. Well, forget it. I'm just going to shrivel to death just eating fruits. Don't bother worrying about me. What? I came all this way to give you a nanner juice. Maybe he wants carrot juice or something. I don't care enough. I tried. Yeah, this is how you get to Ant Hell. I remember now. Andres. My little yellow friend. This song's good. I need to put this in my Ragnarok playlist. It gets crappy once you go in here. I'll set it up. The best of both worlds. Boom! Magnum break. That's how you know you need more damage. Can't one-shot eggs. Magnum break. I need Vitatus. Let's see, this map has Maya. Does this map also have Maya purple? And if it does the next floor have nothing? Because that would be nice for Vitata hunting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next floor has more Vitatas. Has the most Vitatas. That's what I need for royal jellies. The Vitatas are the supply caravans of the ant world. Pierre, Andre, and De Niro. They're all French. Don't know why. What do ants have to do with France? Because it rhymes? Ants in France? That's so dorky if that's the reason. Whoa, MVP! So there's another Maya on this floor. Royal Jelly, 1 out of 5. Here we go. There, I got some superior BGMs running. Pierre! Alright. Let's see. Vitata. You're the man of the hour. Andre, I'll get you too. Who am I kidding? They're all looters. If you kill one, you gotta kill all of them. These drop Belveneers, right? 2 out of 5 Royal Jelly. What's the drop rate on these anyway? Monster info. Vitata. Royal Jelly. 2%. Whoa. I kind of wish I hadn't looked at that. I just got lucky is all. Sometimes ignorance really is bliss. Just keep your eyes peeled for Maya. I don't need those problems. I want to go back to pyramids too when I'm a knight. I'm going to tear that place up. And something about the music, this pyramids music, just makes me want to keep playing. Give me an excuse to Magnum break. I dare you. I read that they did all kinds of crazy things to Hunter's traps. Looks like they tried to make them more trap-centric. And, I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't interfere with the non-trap coolness. Traps are not a part of Hunter that appeal to me much. I like the bow and arrow. Shooting 2 shots at once. And having a bird. Shooting really fast and hard. I want my Hunter to be a machine gun when I play a Hunter. But you know, a medieval one. Royal Jelly. Well, I'm about ready to ignore everything except Vitata's. Because I want to get stun bashed. Doggone it. Oh my gosh, this is too good to ignore. Magnum break! So I noticed when I get on the screen of an MVP, you can't use warp portal. Or map portals. Oh my god, oh my god. Yeah. There's a little debuff that popped up over here. That's what that was. I guess that's a good thing. It forces you to have to actually fight it. You can't do any portal cheesery. Like, it won't stop you from coming in and fisting it. Or doing anything to it. But it will stop you from going back out. So yeah, you can still cheese it, but it's just more annoying. And of course, there's always the fly wings and whatnot. And there's also memoing. Like, if I find Frioni in the bottom right corner, and I'm a monk, I'm just going to memo near the bottom right corner. No, wait, you can't memo MVP maps. I forgot. You can't do that neither. Huh. Look at me. I thought I was smart. You know, Battle Alchemist kind of appeals to me because of Axe Masteries on Merchant. I mean, it was already on Alchemist, but this makes Merchant less of a pain. I have to have a Merchant anyway. May as well make something out of it. And he can wear all the same stuff Knight can wear, pretty much. At least the bucklers, boots, and mantos. Whoa! Hello. Fine, I'll go the other way. I didn't want to go that way anyway. Even though I just came from this way. I don't think there's an ant Pokemon that I know of. It's probably for the better. Oh, there she is again. She sure gets around, doesn't she? Keeps you on your toes. If I can get in that middle area. Or even bottom right. I'll tell you what though. Battle Echo is a great class to just like two-man stuff with your swordy friend. Or your thief friend. Or even another Battle Echo. Or your merchant friend. Really just any other melee class. Because you can buff your friend. And so it just soups you both up. It makes you both like dependent on each other. In a way that normally like DPS classes aren't. Because that's normally what makes parties without supports kind of boring. You're just playing individually beside each other. There's not actually any interaction or codependence, or there isn't much. It's minimal. And so, what the Battle Echo does is adds some. Your buddy needs your buffs. And you kind of probably need him to tank. If he's a swordy or a thief, he's going to be better at tanking than you. And he'll benefit a little bit from your heals too, if you share those. But as a Battle Echo, you don't get a lot of heals. But you get a little bit. Sometimes they can save the day. I saw a mod for like Pokemon emulators that will scramble the Pokemon in the grass. So that when you start up the game, you don't know what's in the grass. It could be anything. And it's awesome because there's so many like different options for it that you can really make it something that's not game breaking. You can make sure it can't be something game breaking, like, or that just doesn't make sense. Like you can make it so that there's no legendaries in the grass early on. Yeah, you're not going to start off with a Articuno or anything. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. And it'll randomize the starter Pokemon. Like instead of Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile, it can be like Zubat, Ditto, and Lickitung. But you won't know until you get there. Who would I choose in that anyway? Probably Lickitung. It's so rare and strange as a starter. I still only have 2 royal jellies. Confound it. You know what these look like when they're standing still? Thief bug eggs. They should make that a job change challenge. Just give the mage a room full of thief bug eggs and Andre larva, and then tell him, do not kill a single Andre larva or a single egg. He's got to kill one or the other. Everyone would fail that test. There would be no sages in the game. Maybe this game needs a class like that. Ha, too quick for you, Maya. Nice try. More attack speed, noob. She tried to cut me in half. Did you see that? Well, just hit another wake, I guess. I'm staying here till I get all 5 of those royal jellies. With or without the awake. More likely till I run out of fly wings. Or get killed by Princess Bug. I mean, if I was a bug, Maya could be my queen. There, I said it. She's pretty cool looking. Man, I would love to see like Zerg units, but the Ragnarok version of them in RO style art. I bet you they would look all as cool as Maya and be terrifying and extremely powerful, and it would never get old. Maya drops safety ring, doesn't she? I've always wanted a couple of those. Originally, Magnum Break had no cooldown. You could just spam it. And it was very strong that way. And that's why it has a cooldown. Same story with Bowling Bash. Except it replaced cooldown with gutter lines. That's why when I read that they don't have gutter lines on this server, I said I'm going Bowling Bash. I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall in that meeting when they were talking about how overpowered Bowling Bash was and how they're going to fix it. And somebody said, what if we overlaid invisible crosses, invisible cross-shaped patterns all over every map in the world, and then Bowling Bash doesn't work right on if you're standing on them. But you don't know if you're standing in them because they're invisible. Like, that is the most overblown, bizarre way to nerf an overpowered skill. Had they already discussed bringing the damage numbers, the damage modifier down, and then, like, rejected it? What about, like, the AoE radius? What about making it hit less times? No, let's change every single map in the game. That'll be easier than changing one variable. G-Earth? I don't know what that is. He's like a little dwarf or something. And then what are these? Are these like shrines? Or are they giant ants who died and were buried from the neck down? The world may never know. Ah! You wicked woman. I'll tell you one thing though. Her just randomly teleporting all the time, trying to land on top of you, definitely gives you the sense that her little... She has like the same, you know, sixth sense that all insects do. Or that their feelers suggest they have. See, if you let one guy eat too much, the items start getting deleted because he can't carry that many. You gotta be careful. Golden Thief Bug cards have been erased that way. You don't want to be that guy. I still only have 2 royal jellies. Almost halfway through this second awake. So the portal debuff persists after you flying away for a couple of seconds. I'm gonna be so happy when I get on a Pico though. A Peko. Then I'll walk faster. I don't care what anyone says. I like Pico better than Peko. It's just funner. I think she has a crush on me. So they got Freoni on the field map instead of in Anthell 1. That's cool with me. And apparently they have Maya on Anthell 1 and 2. Sisters, is it? Did you know that the biological mass of ants on Earth is more than the biological mass of humans on Earth? That's crazy to think about. Because ants are so small. And we're so big. But they're just everywhere. We like specific places. That's probably the wrong explanation. I think ants like specific places too. I don't know what the right explanation is. Ants are eusocial. And that means they forego having offspring to increase their fitness through their relatives. Evolutionary fitness, I mean. Like almost all of the ants in an ant colony are sisters. They're all female, and they're related to each other. So they come from the queen. Those are the worker ants. And there's some small number of males, and they breed the queen. And then the worker ants, like if they were to have their own offspring, their own babies, when a male and a female of any species makes a baby, the baby has 50% of the mother's DNA and 50% of the father's DNA. But with the ant sisters, the worker ants, they're 75% related to each other. They have 75% the same DNA. And so they can actually increase their genetic fitness. Or in other words, they're actually evolutionarily advantaged when they serve the queen rather than have their own babies. So that way the queen can have more babies and make more sisters for them. It's crazy! Now you might be thinking that what that means is the worker ants are basically slaves to the queen. But that's not quite right. It's almost the opposite of what we can expect about how they feel about their situation. Everything from their biochemistry to even their psychology, if they have any of it, we should expect to be constituted such that they actually get more enjoyment out of having more sisters and serving the queen than from having their own babies. Because the ones that got less enjoyment from that would have been selected out. Natural selection would have done its job after many generations. Eventually, they all are like that. And they're happier to gain a sister than a child. And then sometimes I wonder, like, we assume that we're better than ants because we can do a lot of cool tricks that they can't do. But can't they do some cool tricks that we can't do? From what I understand, nobody knows how ants can find their way around in their hive and get to where they're supposed to go without taking wrong turns and stuff. There's some theories, but nobody really knows the answers because you can't prove any of them. Some people think they leave a scent trail and follow it. Some people think they have some psychic connection. But whatever it is, we can't do that. We need GPS. We need directions. Maybe they have a biological GPS. But yeah, think about it. Like, if a meteor hit the planet and wiped out all the humans, there'd still be ants. Ants are gonna outlive us, I think. So what if ant society is actually more advanced than human society? Like that eusocial sister society configuration. What if that's actually the end game? It's a glimpse of our future instead of our past. Our evolutionary past. Job level. Let's get more into her. Which Pokemon do you think tastes the best? I bet Jigglypuff tastes like marshmallows. That's pretty good, but I don't think it'll beat a steak. Looking at you, Tauros, Miltank. Wouldn't that be cool though, to just like randomize the starters in the starter Pokemon? Be like Jinx, Ghastly, and Muck. It's like, what even is this? Well, there goes Awake number 2. I'm officially overweight. And I still need 3 royal jellies. I'm gonna go home. Call it a day. Have to finish it next time. Aren't you glad it isn't a banana? Whoa. It's a 99 champion. He's been playing for a long time. Seems like every town has got it. Got its weird hats. Peon had the bandana. Oh, it's Grandpa Beard, isn't it? I don't really want it. I like my bandana. But if I had white hair, I would get it. Just because it matches it. Cool, cool. 87,000 zennies. That's it. That's the day. Until next time.